I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thanks a lot, Boris. So we got Boris to get to from the Conservative conference, but now we'll start off with some great tennis news from yesterday. British player Dan Evans, who's been banned for over a year, he tested positive for cocaine. So it's great to know that we're doing whatever is needed to ensure Britain succeeds. Because why would we want to take the chance to show off our talent as naturally as we can when you can do it high as a bloody kite? In other British news, we have the search continuing for Tory, this the British airman who went missing in Suffolk earlier on in the year. He was on a night out. CCTV showed him entering a bin loading bay back in October, I think it was. He has not been seen since then. It's good that this search is back on while there are further lines of inquiry open. Other good news, the tube strike tomorrow has been called off. It was meant to be a 24-hour strike, but it's now been called off because significant progress has been made in talks. This is great news for Londoners, of course. It's always inconvenient when there's a tube strike, especially now Uber is not currently working or operating in London. So because there's no cheap alternative other than that. There are buses, but they are nowhere near as fast or convenient as trains. So now there have been Royal Mail strikes, some talk of Royal Mail strikes. Members of their union voted 89% backing a strike. That was a vote by 73% of their 110,000 members. This is over pensions issue. It's a different issue to the ones we've seen before because the government finished the privatisation of Royal Mail in 2015, so this is not a government issue, which is good. It is another annoyance for the whole of the nation this time. It's not that great to see either. Hopefully a deal can be done on the pensions of Royal Mail staff, and they are a very important part of the way our businesses run, of the way our countries run, and there aren't many alternatives. Now, on to yesterday, the Conservative conference, all eyes were on Boris. He went out for a run in Manchester early in the morning. There were hundreds of cameramen there to take pictures of him. I'm not sure why there'd be the need to do that, but each to their own. He did his big speech yesterday. There were lots of positive messages about Brexit in it. He said, "Let the British lion roar," and told us how we can win in the future, which is true. If we make some good trade deals, then we can. If we make some good trade deals with good countries in and outside the EU, our friends in America, our friends in Korea, our friends in other countries around the world who have big global economies, we can do some good deals with them and become very, very prosperous. But then he decided to ruin it by making a stupid comment at a fringe event. Maybe he thought he wouldn't be recorded at a fringe event, because it's just a little event where he's giving a quick speech, even though he is, the foreign secretary. So here's what that sounded like.
Yeah, they've got a brilliant vision to turn CERT into the next, with the help of the municipality of CERT, to turn it into the next Dubai. The only thing they've got to do is clear the dead bodies away.
So another stupid joke by Boris. So if he was making this kind of joke with his friends at home or whoever, someone that he was talking to privately, then fine. He can do whatever he wants in his private life. But it is stupid to do it now at this time, especially as Foreign Secretary. Even though it is a fringe event, it puts the Conservative Party, it puts our government and the country overall back into turmoil again. And it's just ridiculous. But there was some good economic news yesterday. Our services sector grew from 53.2 to 53.6 on the index, anything above 50 indicating growth, which is fantastic news to see. So I'll be back on Friday where I'll have more on the party conference as it ends later on today. Theresa May is doing her speech. We'll have more on that and more on the rest of the news around Britain and the world. I'm Max and this is the EB Podcast.